Hey guys, Tatiana Ward here with BeatFaceHoney.com, and thank you so much for joining me. So today I wanted to bring to you, it's kind of like a combination of a lot of things. First of all, I got a new palette that I'm officially obsessed with now that I've used it finally, and it is called the Dare palette. This is the inside of the palette, and right here is a brush that comes with the palette. You'll learn about that brush as the video goes along. It's an excellent brush and you'll see me using it. Also, you'll see me using, obviously, the eyeshadows. And clearly, they're just beautiful colors. There's an array of just stunning colors, and it's an affordable palette from a very affordable, awesome company. And for those of you who don't know about Sigma, you must be living under a rock. Sigma makes the most phenomenal brushes. They're brushes that I've been using for years, and I'm so happy to be able to talk to you guys in detail about my brushes. Typically, I don't talk about my brushes that I'm using. I'll tell you the shape of the brush, but I won't tell you the brand of the brush. And 98% of the time, the brushes that I'm using are Sigma. So I will give you detail about what the brush is, what it's called, and there's information down below to where you can find the brushes and also find this palette, as well as get 10% off of your entire purchase if you choose to do so. So if you guys care to learn how I did this very simple and pretty and just an anytime look, then I hope you'll stay tuned. Okay guys, I'm going to start this look by showing you how I'm going to put on my foundation. And this is really important because you can see right now that I have one eye done with the look that we're going to do. However, the fact that my foundation isn't on, it just is such a testament to how important foundation can be. You're already being nosy though? Seriously? So I'm going to go ahead and put foundation on. If you're following me on Twitter, you know that my personal makeup stash was stolen. So I've had to replace a lot of things with very inexpensive products, which is okay because it gives me the opportunity to share with you guys some inexpensive stuff that I really like. And I really, really like this. This is a Black Opal. It's like a cream-based foundation. It comes in like a big old chapstick looking thing. Heavenly Honey. I'm just going to put that all over my face. And I'm super excited to use a new product that I just know I'm going to love because of how very soft it is. This is what's called a Kabuki brush. And the maker of the brush is Sigma. You can see it's all new and shiny in comparison to my other brushes that are like super worn down because I've used them a bajillion times. But this is a synthetic haired brush, and when rubbing in your cream or liquid foundations, you always want to use a fake hair, not a real hair, because it spreads better. So I'm just taking that and in circular motions, I'm just buffing in my foundation. And as expected, it is blending superb. I'm super happy to add that to my collection. It's an awesome brush. I love the way that it just spread it, and that's the first time that I've ever used it. What you just saw is me using it for the first time, but I already knew I was going to love it because I love all of Sigma's products. And now to set my foundation, I'm going to use MAC's Loose Powder in Dark. Looks like this. And I'm going to use like everybody's favorite brush. This is so plush. It is Sigma's F30 brush. It's so plush in comparison to my MAC brush, which is much more dense. You can see the comparison between the two. Everybody loves this brush, and everybody's like, oh my god, it's so soft. And any of the products that you see me using today that are Sigma, you can go down to the information box below and you can purchase 10% off of your purchase. And that goes the entire Sigma website, actually, not even just the products that I'm using. Now for my base. I'm going to take this brush, and you can see that it's old and worn. I left it sit in water one time by accident and it chipped away, but it is a Sigma E55, just a angled synthetic haired brush. I'm going to use that to put on my base. This is MAC's Painterly Paint Pot. and I'm tracing the lower portion of my eyebrow. This will give it better definition and also hold on our eyeshadow. And then I'm taking the remainder of the product and just spreading it all over my lid. And then just taking my finger, I'm going to blend it all out. And now for the second best thing in this whole video. I'm going to be using my new Sigma palette that I just had to have because it's so pretty. It's called Dare. There you have it. And I'll just kind of slowly drag it across so you can see all of the colors. You've got some brick, kind of orangey reds and peaches and beautiful, just such an awesome color combination. And on top of that, you get the single most important brush as far as I'm concerned, as far as makeup goes and blending goes. This brush. This palette came just in time because I use that brush so much. I've already had the brush for years. I use it so much that it has worn down to nothing. So you can see the way it's supposed to look and the way I wore mine down so much because it's a brush that I use for every single eyeshadow look. So, and I still get used out of it even though it's worn down. But yes, that came right in time. And special just for this palette, they have the E20 on the other side. It's double-headed brush. I'm going to take this very buff, peachy nude color, and I'm just placing that right under my brow. And now for the crease, I'm going to take the second most important eyeshadow brush. This is the domed brush. I get so much use out of this. I have about 4 or 5 of these in my kit just because it's just so multi-purpose. But it's the tapered blending brush and the number is E40. That's a Sigma brush as well. And I'm going to take one of these brick colors. This one is called Catch. So we've done Chase and Catch. That's cute. And I'm putting that on into the crease of my eye, blending it up into that Chase color that we put down. These colors go on beautifully. I'm going to take the color right next to that. It's another version of the same color. It's called Reveal. And moving my brush just like 2 millimeters down, I'm going to put it in the same spot overlapping. But again, just moving my brush literally just 2 little quaint millimeters down. We can't keep doing this, Loretta. Bad kitty. Now taking the ever important E45, which we're so lucky comes with this palette. I'm going to Surrender. Taking the dark purple here. This is called Surrender. How beautiful. It's like an eggplant purple. And I'm putting that right in the crease. And just doing a rocking back and forth motion. Now taking my eye shading flat brush. This is the E55. And this is the brush that I typically use to put on to eyelids. I'm going to take Grasp. And there we have it. Packing that on to the front portion of my lid. And I'm going to go back into Reveal and just put that on my finger. Like that. And I'm just going to blend that into the second portion of my lid, overlapping. And you see it just adds a little bit of depth to the end of the eyelid. Now I'm just going to take a wet wipe and clean up any fallout that may have fallen under my eye. And I'm going to take my favorite concealer brush. This is the Sigma E55, and I'm just putting on my concealer. I'm using MAC's Studio Finish in the color NW30. And some people have really deep eye sockets, or like this area right in here is so set back that it creates a shadow, and they need concealer in that like pocket right there. So I like to use this brush. This is Sigma's concealer brush. It's called F70. And it's just smaller and more quaint. You can see the comparison. You can really dab into those inner nooks with that really small head. And again, I love my E40 tapered blending brush, that big fluffy domed brush that we use to put on both oranges in the beginning stages of the eyeshadow look. And I love it because I set my concealer with it. I'm using MAC's translucent powder, and I've just taken my brush and I can dab that onto the areas where I've placed concealer, I normally would use eyeliner and put a winged liner on this, but I like the simplicity of it. I think it's really pretty, and once mascara is added, it's going to be really nice. I do, however, have on a fake eyelash, and I'm going to stick the other one on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so what a difference mascara and lashes can make. And I'm going to go back into my Dare palette and dip right into that very dark purple that we'd used. And I'm going to use this very, very, very teeny tiny headed brush. And this is what is called a pencil brush. And the number is E30. And it's this tiny little brush that you'll use for anything where you need to get really, really close, accurate precision. And putting some of that purple on the head of that brush, I'm just going to trace the outside portion of my lash line. And you can see that that really did add some depth to the whole look. So now you can go ahead and put mascara on your bottom lash. And now taking my F35, this is my favorite contour brush from Sigma. They also have this kind of contour brush, which I like for highlighting better, but it's really just a matter of preference. I like the dome brush. This brush is Sigma's large angled contour, and it's the F40. And I'm going to put on Giselle's Gold Member. Very, very pretty color. Now I'm using another Giselle color called Rich Girl. I love these blushes. And I'm just putting that on my cheek with my Sigma F10. And for my lips, I'm going to use NYX's Miami Babe. There it is. And here's a closer look at the finalized makeup. I think it's great for like a date night or just whatever. Pretty simple. I mean, you could take away the eyelashes and just wear mascara, or go a little bit lighter on the purple, and it's very versatile, I think. And a big shout out to Sigma because I've been using them for years and years, and their products really, really do stand the test of time. I use my Sigma brushes way more than the average person ever will, and they've held up better than even some of my MAC brushes. So I love them. Their customer service is awesome. They send their things out in a timely manner, and their prices are way more reasonable than the competition. And if you'd like to see a detailed list of all of the products that I've used, you can always go to my blog section in my website, and I list everything that I used. Also, I hope you're following me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and there's links to everything I just mentioned down below in the information box. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you right back here really soon. Bye.